Necrotic Triggers! DMDS!
So this week's Discogs, it is from a 5-piece heavy doom band from England, and it's their second full length, released in 1998 by Misanthropy Records. It is New Dark Age by Solstice.
And that's Solstice, aka Solstice Englander, as they apparently call themselves to differentiate themselves from other solstices, I would imagine. Yeah, other solstices. As there are quite a lot of bands called Solstice, it turns out. And as I was telling Shitbag before, this album, New Dark Age, aka I Can't Stop Singing, Help Me, the album.
Yeah.
And this is it's a classic album it's very well known among Doom fans, although I would say that this is definitely more sort of overwhelmingly on the side of epic heavy metal rather than being Doom necessarily, because it whereas you've got your epic Doom quotation marks of like Candlemass, it's not like that. There are doomy sections, but it's quite often it's not sort of traditionally what I'd call doom. Would you agree?
Yeah, I can see where you would.
Well, that's what my
Well,
exact
get
point
that.
I was going to open up with. That's exactly what you've just said. It is literally word for word what I was going to say.
Oh, fair enough.
Because I was like, it starts doomy, but then it like when his vocals come in, it's more like heavy metal rather than just like straight up doom.
Yeah, for sure.
But like on that point, goddamn, the vocals need to improvement, don't they?
No. Right, okay. So I'm aware the vocals from Moz Ingram are a fairly contentious issue because you're not the first time that I've seen this raised, but
It
I
won't be
will
the
address
last.
that. Yeah, that's fine. But I will address this later on. So should we get into it? Should we do the track by track?
Yeah.
First one is The Sleeping Tyrant. I think there's technically a named intro to this, which is just called New Dark Age, and it consists of a sort of thrumming sound, I suppose the word would be.
I went with waves and bass. Sounds like a death knell or like a funeral drum, a bell or something.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, actually. The waves crashing in, that's something that is repeated fairly often throughout the album. And then there's a somewhat distant sounding quotation from H.P. Lovecraft's Call of Cthulhu, which I'm sure Warhound is a big fan of.
I think it's important to say that I haven't actually read any Lovecraft, so I can't.
Yeah, you don't actually have an issue with.
Yeah, just pisses me off that every album art is the same fucking thing.
Well, on that note, it's the fact that this starts with, and there are some sort of vague Lovecraft inspired lyrics in the album, and the album's named New Dark Age, and it begins with a quote, but like the album art is completely like not anything to do with it. So
here's the thing as well. I noticed the new bass-based album, Necrosapiens. It's like, oh, that's cool. It's not a Lovecraftian thing. That makes a change. And then on the scepter in his hand is fucking Cthulhu. I was like, just stop it. Just stop. Just yeah.
Yeah, feeling a bit of oversaturation.
Yeah. Just do some gory shit, man. Do like a skull or something like.
Right. So, if I guess I'll start then. So I'll just say what I start when those guitars come in. You barely have a chance to breathe, and then the drum hits you, and the main melodic riff begins winding its way into your ear. Working amazingly in tandem with the drums until about 3 minutes, when the rest of the instrumentation comes in. And you weren't sure it would be possible, but the riff somehow becomes more epic. The vocals come in for the first time, introduced with chugging guitars and damn. As I've said, I'll address the contentious vocal issues, but I will say that the chorus is amazing. The melodic guitars and the singing with the lyricism, it combines so well. It's fantastic. There's a clean passage leading to another sublime melodic riff and a choral chanting section going into the solo. The solo itself sort of lending a feeling of urgency and distress to this otherwise very purely triumphant sounding song. And the end of the song takes us back into the melodies. The first time we get a shout supporting the vocal line, which is something you'll see a few times on the album. And then we get a final taste of the chorus.
Well, with this song, I thought it was Warhound's Cup of Tea. So there's a spot, there's a bit in it, and it's about 2 minutes in where it all cuts out, and then it's got the drum fill,
Mm.
and then the guitars come back in, going.
Yeah.
It's like that is like Warhound power
I
metal
thought
through and
that.
through.
I have suspected, and I'm hoping Warhound likes it. I think he would, but I guess we'll see.
Well, this song's like it's got some like good bits in it. Like I really like the instrumentation.
Yeah, instrumentation.
Instrumentation in it because everything seems to be on point as they're playing. The only letdowns are like I think it would be better if it was fucking instrumental. at certain bits. Certain bits like the vocalist is like not great, but there's also like vocal patterns in there which over top of the instrumentation I don't think you should have had in there. Like the some of the
okay, fair enough.
like I get it, it's like the sample at the start with the speech. It's lost. So the music would be better without that unless it was like cut down and then it had it in and then it come in sort of thing. So that's my structural critique on that, where it's overcut, like it's overlaid badly. But other than that, man, like musically it sound like drums are good, guitars are really good. I like the tones from the guitars coming through.
Yeah, they're mad.
Yeah, they're good. So yeah, that's my take on that track, man.
All right, Warhound.
Yeah, so you're right. I do like the guitars, the harmonies. It's 2 or 3 guitars, isn't it? Playing, I think they harmonise with each other. Sounds really
it's
cool.
It's quite a few
layers. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds really good. The harmonies.
It's easier to notice in some places better than others.
But that's about it. I don't like the vocals.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So if that's it, I guess we'll move on to track number 2, Cimmerian Codex.
I think it's Sumerian.
I'm assuming it's Sumerian.
Yeah, it's Conan, isn't it? I think it's about Conan.
I don't know.
Egg would know. Egg knows fucking everything about Conan. Sumeria is the Conan the Barbarian place.
Let's do a quick look up, just because someone will screech about it. Okay, apparently it is Sumerian.
Oh, it could be Greek as well, because there were some Greeks called Sumerians.
Yeah, that's the problem, because I'd imagine that the popularized pronunciation would be Sumerian, but because it's from Greek, that would definitely be a hard C.
Cimmerians were often described by contemporaries as culturally Scythian.
Oh, understandable this one now, innit? Twat. Oh, fucking this is why this song speaks to me, because it's in my ancestral roots. Like I've got a lot to say until the song that I actually like comes on.
The composition's really good, and the instrumental sections kick ass. And about 7 minutes in, there's a really cool riff. It's got like trills and stuff.
Are we talking about number 2?
Cimmerian Codex.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Which may or may not be about Conan.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I definitely like the drum intro.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What I've said is it starts up with the drums building up gradually, and some slightly more, I guess, traditional riffing, and then you've got the vocals coming in, taking us back to the melodic guitars, and the most mentally addictive chorus of all time comes around for the first time. And this pattern repeats. But the second time we hear this fucking beauty of a chorus coming in, initially only accompanied with the drums.
Winds from the Black Mountain, rendente, sepulchral things, so much walking dust, eyes locked, the nexus, sun empire awaits, axiom aberrant, protein triumvirate.
Then repeats with the rest of the instrumentation further time. I like it a lot. And then finishing with us being led out by the very military drumming and the windy guitars building us up into the solo. Which here for me has an almost sort of airy, ethereal feel, almost like you're flying, until it cuts off and you're back into the track, falling down to earth again with those epic guitars. I always sort of cringe a bit inside every time I say the word epic.
Epic.
The song finishes up in a much more uncertain and sad sounding tone, and the drumming slows down with a more melancholic melody and a clean passage to finish out. I'm a big fan of this song. I really like. I have to sing this one, especially.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about it beyond the instrumentation. I think there's some cool riffs and stuff, and yeah.
So I guess that can take us to
Unless Shitbag wants to say something.
Huh?
Good.
Are you playing blackjack by any
No,
chance?
no, I'm listening to the Cimmerian Codex at the moment.
Cimmerillion.
The Silmarillion. I'm listening to the audiobook of the Silmarillion.
No, basically, my take on it is he does walk alone because the vocals do not fucking suit this song again. But how he sings like shouldn't deter away from the fact the instrumentation's really good. About 8 minutes where so the riff goes and the drums follow it. And that makes it sound so huge. So like, and that especially piqued my interest when I heard it because like your head starts bobbing, where the drums are following the guitar pattern, and it just sounds fucking heavy. But as a whole track, it's not my favorite, and it's not the worst on the album. But it's just a nice filler, because the next song's quite good.
What? Alchemical. That's pretty much an interlude.
No, Hammer of Damnation. I was ignoring interlude. I said next song.
All right, that's fine. Yeah, I there's probably not a lot to say about Alchemical, really. I guess it just sort of leads off from the end of Sumerian Codex.
It's an acousticy little instrumental bit, isn't it?
Yeah, mostly clean until sort of well after the midway.
About
when
2 minutes, it goes heavy.
Yeah, everything else comes back in. It is a lovely piece, though. I think it's just sort of very dreamy and tranquil. Sort of like you're in a sort of lakeside grove kind of vibe, but I guess move on to Hammer of Damnation. So it hits you with that melodic guitar immediately, and it hooks you in when everything else comes in. The melody's just transforming and taking you on a journey until everything snaps to a darker tone with the chugging guitars and the vocals coming in. The song on a whole has a sort of generally darker tone, which I believe is supported by the lyrical content, which seems somewhat Nietzschean if I can read a bit. So, downward, Christus, soldier onwards, from your twisted tower of malice and spite, the opiate archis that you feast upon our primal lands of winter and night, damn us all with your mercy and charity. From chaos is found true shape and form. The inferno of summer may hold us in check, but we will awaken no longer in thrall. In my admittedly biased view, this is sort of addressing a slave morality view of Christianity, it would appear. Another one where it's hard to resist the chorus, in my opinion. And then the song slows down to a more doomy pace about midway. With the melodies over this, you're instantly transported to a sort of foggy moor. I would place it as. The solo begins following this with choral chants coming in over the top to great effect. It's a great track that I like quite a lot.
Fair.
Do we want to go on to Angwin Rose, which is obviously it's just an acoustic interlude, but I think it's quite attractive. I'd say that the sort of images this draws to mind are like being in a sort of court of a medieval England.
Yeah, I was going to say that about the next track
Yes,
because it sort of leads into it, doesn't it?
yeah,
Into
yeah,
Blackthorn.
definitely.
Yeah.
See, I thought this track would actually be better as the start of the next track instead of just having it as a separate one.
Sort of two parts. I mean, in a way, even I guess, kind of in the naming, maybe you could read that as them being directly related. It's Angwin Rose and Blackthorn.
Yeah.
In terms of Blackthorn, I know you guys don't like the vocals, so I don't know what you'll say about it. But in my opinion, just what a gorgeous song. It's to me, this is an absolute pleasure, and it builds from the images of Angwin Rose, and it's another one where I can't stop singing along to it.
From frozen edifice unheeded my calls, dream silent among grey basalt halls. Neither here nor ever did I belong. The haunted, the hunted still stands alone.
I think the lyrics are themselves are beautiful, and the chorus is irresistible.
Rekindled tempests, enslaved by frost, her final caress, a graven kiss, such towering visions of mortality refrain, where Lilith be found and like rain.
And this, I would say that this is probably, if not one of it, it may be my favourite acoustic song.
You can't say
If-
that. You
No,
can't say that
that's
in a world
fact.
where the Bard song exists. So
Oh, that's true, but
I was about to say you're wrong. The Bard song. That's everyone's favourite acoustic song.
I wouldn't say that's my favourite. I like it a lot.
Well,
I wouldn't say it's my
here we
favourite.
come again doing this same joke. We are now kicking out Hammerhead, and I am taking on all responsibility for podcast now.
Oh, good luck. So, I mean, I like the Bard song a lot, but it's a very like party group song. It's not.
Your fucking party group song. Got
got
him.
him.
Oh, fucking
Wow.
hell. Fucking got me there. What I'll say is I'm hoping, right, if you're not sure about Morris Ingram on vocals, my hope is that this can kind of sell it to you a bit.
The thing is, I was going to say about his vocals actually suit this song.
Yeah. Okay. Fair
So
enough.
that's like the. I was thinking about it, like, because the last few songs, I would have thought a harsher tone would be better. So if
Right.
if he actually sung maybe a bit harsher, this one I can actually see that why he thought he could sing, basically.
Right. So, yeah, that makes sense. Then just to carry on, you got this sort of sort of picks up the pace a bit more aggressive after about 4 minutes with the chorus repeated several times, and I find that quite effective. I love how it sounds, and sort of want it to carry on. The final repetition sounds very heartfelt, and yeah, this is probably. I mean, not even probably. This is one of my top songs of all time, I'd say. It's kind of unusual in the sense that it's an acoustic song on I guess a heavy metal album, on an epic heavy metal doom / doom album. It's a bit unusual. I can see that, but I find it a very beautiful song.
Yeah, it was quite good. I was glad that it was a bit different as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's actually quite good, this one.
fair enough. Okay.
But the
Got-
keep,
Yeah,
I
sort of interlude again.
it's horrible.
Yeah,
It's horrible. Like
I don't think it.
the wind sound, it's just grating, and it was hard to listen to, and yeah, it's just.
Who watches the watchers on loony solar shores of grim forests, lake into lyric and gore?
I can see where you're coming from. I think maybe when I first would have listened to this album, it's, I guess the keep is because you've just come out of Blackthorn. I guess you're sort of expecting a kind of similar thing, but it's just really, it is just an interlude. It's like it's just a windy interlude. It's sort of like the vocalist is like standing on top of some like stormy cliffs. I don't mind it, just from like a, I guess, imagery point of view. It's fine, but not really anything else to say about it. Shitbag, did you say everything you wanted to say about Blackthorn? By the way,
I didn't say anything.
do you want to say what you?
Well, like I said, like his vocals. I just added to your points with like his vocals actually suit this song, and like I can see why. Like maybe if this was recorded before the whole album or something, they put it in the middle, that they'd think that he could sing and did the whole rest of the album. But I will also say that as acoustic songs go, it's nice that it's not being played in a field and then people sat around him. You know, but it's a nice enough song. The next song, The Keep, I'll go straight into it. Don't fucking like it, man.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Do not at all. Like, that's the sound, man, of the wind.
Overpowering.
Oh. Do you know what I always say about walking on windswept lands? I hate the fact
that?
when you're like, on the phone to someone and they're like walking down and you go... I don't want to hear that on a song, mate. Just... And then the sorrow... It's not fucking vibes, is it? The Keep, more like The Keep Away From Me.
Fair enough. All right, okay, fair enough. I suppose. I mean, in a broader sense,
It's shit.
But okay. All right, it doesn't matter. All right, should we move on to 8?
I like how I'll be the only one that gets a comment on The Keep.
Oh, you already did?
We have, yeah, we have.
Have you?
Yeah, you're probably playing blackjack or something.
No, I've been sat here the whole time.
We have, brother.
What?
All right.
What? I've been sat...
Number 8, Cromlech or Cromlech, I don't know. An interesting intro that you almost feel more than you hear, with the distant guitars and the clear drums. Then we're hit by the instrumentation. In a lot of ways, this starts out sounding the most sort of straightforward traditional metal song we've had so far, but we're reintroduced to the familiar triumphant melodic guitars about 3 minutes in. Pledges of loyalty on the vocals, militaristic shouts of hail, hail, satisfying melodies and strong riffing all the way through up to the solo, sounding victorious and somewhat wispy and distant in the mix. Strong images of an ancient battlefield. That's what I've got to say.
These songs are too damn long. Like, that whole intro could have just cut it off and just get the riffs in. You know, it's just like, let's go. Come on. It's really long. Like, this album's 66 minutes. I actually paused it halfway through this song and went and listened to something else for a bit.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah. It was just, bored. I got bored.
All right.
But his harsh vocals of this are actually quite, like, wish he'd done the whole song in it.
I don't think it's him. I think it's I can't remember if it might be Rich Walker.
Well, Rich Walker should have been vocalist.
Okay. All right. I guess nobody else has anything else to say. I'm a bit, I don't know, a bit disappointed by that, but fair enough.
I'm disappointed in this album, but you don't hear me complain about it.
Fucking
sorry,
Alright,
sorry, that was well bitchy, and I absolutely want that kept in.
number 9, New Dark Age 2. So, I mean, I'm going to assume that you two don't like this song.
Oh no!
Let me fucking. I'll do my bit, and then I'll let you fucking shit all over it. So I guess this is the most. This is actually the most overall sort of doom track on the album, which I can see as kind of fitting, I suppose, as a last actual song. So very dark, sort of profound feeling of dread throughout this one, initially coming from the haunting vocals echoing over the bass and drums.
Beyond these mountains lay vistas of dread. Black sea of infinity.
The song sort of crawls forward with distress and uncertainty, this feeling being aided by the stings of faster vibrato among the more steady and ponderous riffing.
Cyclopean forms askew in the mist of seraphic decay.
Towards the last third or so of the track, we briefly pick up the pace for the melodic guitar to be reintroduced again. Here sounding sort of echoey and disconnected almost into a very nice solo, recapturing that sense of uncertainty and finishing up with the melody being played clean with familiar distant samples of waves crashing in. And we end on the chorus again and the return of the main doomy riff. And I like the song.
I don't have anything written down because I was just waiting for it to finish. So I kept looking at the time bar and it still had 5 minutes left. I was like, how's it still got 5 minutes left?
It surprises me that you say that, because one of my, like, I guess it's just a taste thing, but one of my problems with this album is that I feel like there could be more.
Whoa.
I genuinely feel like it could be longer, but I realize it's a fairly, like, what is it, like 50,
66 minutes.
But for me, listening to this, it doesn't feel like it. Like I understand we've got different sort of different like musical backgrounds, whatever, like different things that we like. Particularly, I guess the time when I would have been introduced to this. I was more listening to like stuff like just doom in general, I guess. So maybe it doesn't feel long to me because of sort of that being sort of in that that mindset, but I could happily listen to. I maybe this seems strange to you two, I suppose, but I could happily like listen to another half, like this as a half of an album. But anyway,
Well, as a thing, this is my favourite song from the album.
oh, all right.
So when you said, "Oh, you were like on contraire, my friend," it's Doom. Like this is where I
Yeah.
can sit. Like I like it. So, like, and I think the length of this song is works it with the Doom feel. If it was the like, it could be a halved, but then this song wouldn't have the same feel because you expect it to be longer.
Right.
And then there's certain bits where you get like a mild build up and then it crumbles back down to like a slow song again. I like that. Like I do like a payoff after a build up. But I also like it like Dilwood Sandstorm. You know? Like, you know, when it puts you back down.
What?
Dilwood Sandstorm puts you back down.
Why are you
It's
talking
what
about
this song does.
Sandstorm?
Yeah, that's your example for like most things. Fucking hell.
You fucking love Sandstorm, cunt. Sit up. We're death metal Sandstormers, mate.
Do you remember at Hellfest when we're doing an a cappella version of Sandstorm?
Pardon?
At Hellfest when we're doing that a cappella version of Sandstorm.
Oh yeah, the girl joined in.
No, not just the girl, the whole fucking crowd of Frenchmen.
Yeah, but no, the girl was on Piece of the Resistance because she went. And it was fucking special to me, mate.
All right. I guess pretty much we finish out then. I mean, 10 is Legion, 13, which is just a bit of an outro.
And
Very
he
sort
keeps
of
shouting Legion over and over again.
yeah. Catholic mass sounding with sound of dripping water.
My least
Shouting.
my least favorite song that has the word Legion in it.
Okay. I don't think it's fair to call this a song.
Because we are Legion. Get me the hammerful, bruv.
All right. Okay. All right. That's it then. Should we conclude?
Yeah.
Giving it.
All right. You just fucking do your thing, whatever.
I'm giving it a 4.
Oh, you already dropping your rating.
Yeah.
You're not even you got no final words.
My final words are shorter tracks, better singer. Like you can listen to it, fair play. You're like, but make sure you listen to Engorge even more halfway through to revitalize yourself.
Do you remember regorging them all?
No, I mean, got one rimmed me in the morgue. Basically, lads, it's a 4 from me.
All right, Warhound.
Good riffs. I like the harmonies. That's good. Downsides, it's too long, bad vocals, and I got bored. So at the start, I was like, it's about 3.5, and then 4, and then 5. 5 gold nonsense.
5.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. All right. It's interesting because it's. Oh, I guess this is probably how you felt when I was talking about Upon Haunted Battlefields.
No. Everyone felt good with what we said about that.
Oh, Warhound was fucking fuming, wasn't he?
Well, because he likes shit songs, so it's fine.
I like shitty bands.
Okay, fair enough. What it's interesting in from a like what sort of different taste can do, because this is a certified classic among fans of Doom, who and it's
So we've just basically slagged off half our audience.
yeah.
Half of
This is
because
a very no. This album is very influential. In my personal opinion on it is that this is a classic album. It's brilliant. In a lot of ways, it also is very very English sounding.
Yeah, I can hear that.
I would be remiss to not mention the continuous folky elements. I don't think I've said that yet, but
Not in
the
not in such terms, no.
no, and the entire thing conjures images of medieval England and green fields and the trees of England and I mean what I did well I was going to say to add to that I think you have to be kind of dead inside to some degree to be able to withstand the urge to sing along, but but I suppose I
Maybe it's because I've been locked in my house for a year. My soul's dead.
Oh, let's talk about the vocals. Right. They definitely aren't the stereotypical metal vocals. They're not particularly
Good.
powerful. Yeah, all right. All right. Wind your neck in. So they're not particularly powerful, but they add, in my opinion, an interesting element. Almost a kind of heartfelt, in a sense, fragility or frailty, if that makes sense. He sounds more like a bard, sort of expressing his innermost emotions rather than a traditional metal singer. And I don't think that a New Dark Age without Maurice Ingram's vocals wouldn't be New Dark Age.
it'd be better.
All right, you're that's fair enough. You can think that, but I wouldn't change it personally. Just to comment on the lyrics, if you ever have a chance to, it might be difficult to sort of pass what is being said while you listen. But if you have a chance to look them up, they're so over the top in terms of like sort of fantasy elements and language. They tell a consistent story, but they're so fucking over the top. And if you have a chance to look at them, you'll know what I mean. And it's really interesting, kind of how they sound and just these sort of images that they conjure to mind with such entirely. It was very strange language. It's not sort of day to day speech, and it's just an interesting element of New Dark Age that I appreciate. Some might say that the lyrics are, I don't know, maybe too much, but I like it. Is good stuff. So that's all I had to say about that.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it no bold nonsense.
0 bold nonsense.
Yeah, I'm giving it 0.
Okay.
So, do you want to work out the average of fucking 1,200 bold nonsense that we've got?
There's only 9 bold nonsense. So it's 3 overall.
Average is 3.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
3 bold nonsense.
All right.
I'm gonna get some water.
Wonderful.
And
I'm I'm just gonna go and slit my wrist.